Hello everyone, welcome to back my channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before starting the video, please go ahead and hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. Becky Lynch will defend the Women's Intercontinental Championship against Lyra Valkyria at WWE SummerSlam. This is a match that will be contested under no disqualification and no count-out stipulations, as this rivalry has reached a boiling point. A regular referee might struggle to control such a chaotic environment, especially with the personal animosity involved. Therefore, Pearce could assign a special guest referee to this high-profile match at SummerSlam. It could be none other than Bayley. The role model has been a crucial part of this storyline since WrestleMania 41. Although she failed to earn a shot at the coveted title, the multi-time women's champion still has unfinished business with both Valkyria and Lynch. Appointing Bayley as referee could be Pearce's way of giving her a role in the storyline while keeping her out of the match. WWE has a history of using special guest referees to enhance high-stakes matches, especially at major events like WrestleMania or SummerSlam. The role model's involvement in the Women's Intercontinental title match would add star power to it. She could attempt to officiate fairly but struggle with her personal grudges against both superstars. Her history with Becky Lynch, who attacked her, and Lyra Valkyria, who defeated her for the title shot, might lead to moments of hesitation or subtle bias during the match. This could add an element of intrigue to this bout, which could lead to a chaotic finish. Bayley is one of the biggest stars in the women's division, and leaving her off the card for what is set to be WWE's biggest SummerSlam would be a huge blunder. Therefore, making her a special guest referee would be a perfect way to feature her at the annual spectacle. However, the above-mentioned angle is purely speculative as of now. Ever since Bayley failed to punch her ticket for the biggest party of the summer, she has undergone a significant change in her demeanor. The 36-year-old looked quite frustrated on Raw, even though she tried to keep her emotions contained. Since then, rumors have been swirling that the role model could turn heel. There is a strong possibility of it happening at SummerSlam next month. Regardless of whether she officiates the Women's Intercontinental title match or not, Bayley could play a key role in its outcome at the spectacle. She could cost Lyra Valkyria the coveted title, officially turning heel in the process. A major reason why it could happen is that the wounds of her defeat against Valkyria could still be hurting within her. Hence, she has every reason to cost the 28-year-old the match. Speculation also suggests that the former damaged CTRL member could join forces with Becky Lynch to turn heel. A change in character will give Bayley a fresh start after SummerSlam, as it could rejuvenate her character. However, this is nothing but speculation at this point. Whether she turns heel or not remains to be seen. In the high-stakes world of WWE, nothing is ever certain, and just when fans think a match is set in stone, something unexpected shifts the landscape. With WWE SummerSlam 2025 drawing near, anticipation is reaching a fever pitch. One of the most anticipated bouts of the night is Becky Lynch versus Lyra Valkyria, a match rooted in pride, personal rivalry, and a growing sense of mutual respect turning bitter. But as the event approaches, rumblings behind the scenes suggest WWE official Pearce may be planning to throw in a major twist by appointing a special guest referee for the showdown. This potential addition could dramatically alter the dynamic of the contest and change the trajectory of both women's WWE careers. The decision to add a special guest referee to this intense match wouldn't just be for drama. It would be deeply intertwined with the history, psychology, and politics at play in the WWE locker room. Becky Lynch, the decorated veteran and fan favorite, has been known to thrive in chaos. She's battled the very best, overcome the harshest odds, and built her legacy through blood, sweat, and defiance. Her current feud with Lyra Valkyria stems from more than just competition. It's a clash of generations, philosophies, and national pride. Both hailing from Ireland, the matchup has been dubbed by fans as the Battle of the Emerald Isle, a war for supremacy and legacy. When Lyra Valkyria was first called up to the main roster, Becky Lynch welcomed her with support, mentoring her from afar and occasionally praising her in public. But that dynamic began to shift as Lyra's confidence grew. The upstart Valkyria made it clear she wasn't content living in Lynch's shadow. She wanted to prove she could surpass her predecessor, even if it meant taking her down on one of the grandest stages WWE has to offer. Initially respectful, the rivalry turned personal after a series of altercations on Raw. What started with pointed promos evolved into physical confrontations, with each woman attacking the other backstage and at ringside. Adam Pearce, often the voice of order amid chaos, finally announced the match for SummerSlam, much to the delight of fans. But with tensions boiling over and the potential for things to spiral out of control, Pearce is rumored to be considering an added layer of structure, or perhaps controversy, by naming a special guest referee to officiate the contest. The question now is, who could that referee be, and what would it mean for the outcome? One of the most intriguing possibilities being floated is the involvement of former WWE Women's Champion Rhea Ripley. Ripley, who has history with both women, has been absent from in-ring action recently due to injury, but she has not been silent. In interviews and on social media, she has remained highly active, keeping an eye on the evolving women's division. Her presence as special guest referee could serve multiple purposes. For one, it could be the perfect way to reintroduce her to live programming without rushing her in-ring return. More importantly, it would allow WWE to tease future rivalries while adding an unpredictable element to the Lynch Valkyria clash. Ripley's loyalties are always hard to read, and she has clashed with Becky in the past. At the same time, she once offered words of encouragement to Valkyria in NXT. Could Ripley's presence tilt the match in favor of the younger competitor? Or could she sabotage Valkyria to rekindle her own rivalry with Lynch? Another name being discussed behind closed doors is Trish Stratus. The Hall of Famer was involved in a heated feud with Becky Lynch just a year ago and could return to settle unfinished business. Though Stratus hasn't been active in the ring recently, her legacy and history with Lynch would make her an emotionally charged addition to the match. It's no secret that Stratus has a knack for theatrics, and her potential bias could bring extra drama to the ring. Appointing her as special guest referee could also open the door for further interactions post-SummerSlam, especially if she were to cost Lynch the match or align herself with Lyra Valkyria to symbolically pass the torch to a new generation of women. Then there's the wild card option, Bayley. As the current WWE Women's Champion on the opposite brand, Bayley has been vocal about wanting to face the best of the best, and she's often dipped into rivalries outside her immediate title picture. With Bayley's recent comments on Raw hinting at keeping a close eye on the other side, fans are speculating whether she could be inserted into this feud as a neutral enforcer. A referee role could allow Bayley to scout both women while asserting her presence as the top champion in the company. It also plants seeds for a future triple threat feud heading into WWE's next major premium live event. Of course, another option is someone unexpected, a returning legend, a surprise NXT call-up, or even a controversial choice like Stephanie McMahon or a male superstar with ties to the competitors. WWE has been known to pull off shocking swerves, especially at Big Four pay-per-views like SummerSlam. Adding a special guest referee could be the type of twist that heightens interest and adds narrative complexity to an already hotly anticipated match. There's also the possibility that Adam Pearce may name himself as the referee, though that option appears less likely. Pearce has stepped into the ring in the past as a ref or authority figure, particularly when matches spiral out of control. Given the deeply personal nature of this feud, some within WWE believe Pearce may choose to oversee the match personally to maintain order and ensure a clean finish. But others worry that his involvement could become a distraction, especially if his authority is called into question or if he's physically attacked during the bout. The potential move to appoint a guest referee could be Pearce's way of preventing outside interference or ensuring fairness, especially with rumors swirling that multiple women in the locker room are unhappy with how opportunities have been distributed lately. In storyline, Pearce might justify his decision by referencing the multiple altercations between Lynch and Valkyria leading up to SummerSlam. With backstage brawls and out-of-control segments becoming more frequent, a special enforcer might be necessary just to get the match to a decisive ending. From a behind-the-scenes standpoint, WWE Creative is said to be actively discussing how to make this match stand out on a loaded SummerSlam card. With multiple championship bouts, a major tag team match involving Roman Reigns, and speculation about surprise returns, the pressure is on to ensure Lynch vs. Valkyria is not overshadowed. A special guest referee could be just the tool to add an extra hook and keep fans emotionally invested. What makes this possibility even more intriguing is the psychological toll it could take on both Becky and Lyra. For Becky Lynch, having a special referee, especially someone with history, could represent an unfair obstacle or a chance at redemption. For Valkyria, it's a test of whether she can rise to the occasion under increased pressure. If she wins, questions will arise about whether it was a clean victory. If she loses, she may blame the referee, prolonging the feud. Regardless of who is chosen, if anyone, the implications are massive. A guest referee could not only influence the outcome of the match, but also set the stage for the next chapter in WWE's women's division. Whether it leads to a betrayal, a surprise alliance, or the debut of a new contender, the decision to add such an element carries weight far beyond the immediate match. Fans are already speculating wildly on social media, with hashtags like hashtag Becky Lynch Lyra and hashtag SummerSlamRef trending in anticipation. Ultimately, the ball is in Adam Pearce's court. Known for his ability to maintain order while also surprising audiences, Pearce has earned a reputation as a fair but calculating official. If he decides that a special guest referee is what's best for business, he will likely justify the move as a precautionary measure. But in WWE, nothing is ever just business. Every decision, every twist, every name added to the equation comes with history, emotion, and consequence. As SummerSlam inches closer, fans will be watching every Raw and SmackDown closely for clues. Will Pearce make the announcement in the final week before the premium live event? Will the reveal come via video package or in-ring confrontation? Or will it be a last-minute surprise, unveiled only as the two Irish warriors make their entrances in front of a roaring stadium crowd? No matter what route WWE chooses, the stakes couldn't be higher. Becky Lynch vs. Lyra Valkyria is more than just a match. It's a generational clash between a legend and a rising star, and with the potential inclusion of a special guest referee, the drama is guaranteed to explode. Whether it leads to controversy, closure, or chaos remains to be seen, but one thing is certain. If Adam Pearce pulls the trigger on this move, it will become one of the defining moments of SummerSlam 2025. Thanks for watching this video, and please subscribe our WWE official YouTube channel for more update news.